Folks, PC here to show you how you can take your paper worksheets and turn them into digital worksheets. It will show you how you can take these worksheets and hand them out online, how you can have your students edit them and submit them online, and how you can grade them online and get the feedback back to your students all digitally. This video is designed to show the process from the teacher's perspective. It will give an overview of the student's perspective so teachers can understand what they need to do, but it is not designed specifically for students. There is a separate video just for students, and it can be found on the Digital Academy YouTube channel at bit.ly/DA-channel. At a high level, this process is going to allow you to take handouts like this one, or graphic organizers like this, or even a coloring worksheet like this, and allow students to type on them or draw on them. It'll even allow you to color on them. Teachers can grade the papers using the Smart Grader. The Smart Grader allows you to place checks, X's, and comments. It even allows you to use your computer's microphone to record comments, which it places on the document and allows you to move into position. So let's get started. There are 4 steps to the digital document process. First, teachers create an assignment and attach the worksheet that they want students to edit. Students will log in, edit the worksheet, and then submit the assignment. Teachers grade the assignment and hand it back to students. Students can review the teacher's comments and optionally resubmit. We'll walk through each one of these steps on the next slides. The first thing you need to do is log into the Digital Academy. You can do that by going to auth.digitalacademy.org. If you're having issues, pause the video and read the verbiage on this slide. Once you're in, teachers need to create a digital assignment. They can do that in a number of ways. You can click Teaching Tools and then click New Assignment. You can click the Jump button next to the class that you want to create the assignment for, and then go to New Assignment on the Jump button menu. Or you can go to the Gradebook. Once you're in the Gradebook, you'll click New Assignment in the upper right. Regardless of how you get there, you'll get to the New Assignment screen. You can give the assignment a name and a description like you normally would. In this case, it might be helpful to tell them to click Edit on the file that you attach and to make sure that they click Submit. You can give the assignment a due date and optionally a publish date. The due date defaults to tomorrow and the publish date defaults to today. If you move the publish date forward, students will not see the assignment until the publish date. Then you need to check Allow Online Turn-in, and I recommend also checking Allow Late Submission. If you don't check Allow Late Submission, students will not be able to submit their assignment after the due date. If you do check it, you'll still see a notice that the assignment was late, but students will be allowed to submit it and you can decide whether you want to give them full credit or not. Then you need to add your worksheet. Click the File folder and browse to the worksheet that you want to add to the assignment. You'll need a digital copy of the worksheet. If you don't have one, you can click the phone icon and use your phone's camera to scan the assignment using the Digital Academy app. There's a separate video on how to use the Digital Academy app as a scanner. That's listed under the YouTube channel for the Digital Academy. Once your assignment is added, it will appear in the materials list. If you need to remove it, you can click the X on the right side of the file name. Fill out the rest of the gradebook information, including category and max points. If you'd like to publish this to multiple classes, click Add Class and enter the new class. If you'd like to assign it only to specific students, click Assign to All Students, and on the pop-up that comes up, select the students that you want to assign it for. When you're all done, press Save and Close. And that's it. You've created a digital assignment for your students to fill out. Now let's look at this from the student's perspective. When the students log in, they'll see a notice on their dashboard that says they have upcoming assignments. They can click that link to go to the Assignments tab. They can also click the Assignments tab in the upper right corner of their dashboard to go to their assignments list. On their assignments list, if an assignment allows online turn-in, they will see a green Turn-in button to the right of the assignment name. If they click the assignment, it will expand and show them additional information. First, it will show assignment details, including the due date, the description you provided. It will also show any files that you attached. It will show their submissions. They can have more than one, but in this case, the user only has one submission. It's titled Submission in Progress. The submission will list any files that are attached. Again, in this case, there are no files attached yet, so the user needs to do that. The student can attach a file by clicking the file folder and then finding a file that's on his computer, or the student can click the edit button next to the worksheet that you attached. If they click the edit button, they'll be prompted to open it or download it. Downloading it will download the original document to their computer. Open it will open it using the Digital Academy's document editor. The Digital Academy document editor has a number of features. They can press zoom in and zoom out. They can draw on it by clicking the pen tool. They can type on it by clicking the text tool. And at any time, they can save their work and come back to it later. Once they edit the document and save it, it will show up under the Your Files list on their assignment. They can click the file to continue editing it. But once they're done editing, they click the Submit button to turn in their assignment. At this point, it will go back to the teacher for the teacher to grade. On the teacher's assignment list, they'll see a list of all assignments, and they'll see the number of submissions that are ungraded. Teachers can grade those submissions by simply clicking the Grade button to the right of the assignment, or they can go to the grading the traditional way by going to the Gradebook and then clicking the Digital Review tab within the Gradebook. When you're in your Gradebook, you click Digital Review. On the Digital Review tab, you'll see a list of assignments. The assignments show the number of submissions in gray, and they also show the number of new submissions that have not yet been graded in blue. Click an assignment name to see the submissions for that assignment. When you click the assignment name, you'll be on the Student tab. The Student tab shows all the students in the class. If a student has an ungraded submission, that student shows up in blue, and below you see Submitted Requires Review. Click that student's name to see his work. Once you click a student's name, you'll be viewing his work in the Smart Grader. The middle section has the file that the student submitted. You'll have all of the whiteboard tools that he had, plus you'll also have some special grading tools which we'll discuss in a minute. On the top row you have the assignment name and the status of the assignment, whether it's open or closed, and whether it's allowing late assignments. You can click that to change it. This is helpful when you want to allow late submissions or extend the due date. On the right side, you'll see the file selector. If the student uploaded multiple files, you can switch through them with the arrows here. In this case, there was only one file. If a file has multiple pages, you can switch through them with the page selector down here. You can also rotate his submission to the right or to the left. The right side has information for the student's grade. At a high level, all you really need to do is enter a final grade and then press Mark Graded down at the bottom. But there are a number of other useful features. If the student submitted multiple times, you can click the Submissions button and see the date that they were submitted. You can click View to view the submission and any comments that you provided. In this case, I created 2 submissions for Nicholas so we could show this feature. We'll go back to the one that we're currently looking at. If you'd like to enter a comment, you can click the icon to pick the icon you want for your comment and type your comment. In this case, I'd like to tell Nick that he did a nice job on showing his work for problem number 1. So I'll type nice job and then hit the add comment. It shows up here under the comments for Nicholas. It's also added to the document. You can click it and move it where you want to put it. On your submission, you can give each submission a grade as well as a final grade. In this case, Nick did not show his work, and I want him to resubmit, so I'm only going to give him half credit. So I give that for the, click that arrow for the final grade, and now he has 5 points, and I can check Require Resubmission. Now before I do that, let's say I want to do some additional grading. I can click a checkbox and place a check, and it'll put a check next to an answer. In this case, he got number 1 and number 2 but he did not get number 3 right. So I'm going to mark that with an X. And he also did not get number 4 right. So I'm going to mark that with an X as well. Now let's say for number 3, or number 2 rather, I'm sorry, we want to give him some additional information. I could type a comment on the right and hit enter. I can also click the comment icon here and click it and type the comment. But I can also use the audio grader. The audio grader listens for your words and types them in. To do that, I need to turn on the audio grader, and as you can see now, it's listening to everything I say. Once it encounters a pause, it will attempt to enter it onto the worksheet. However, there's no comment. In order to add a comment, I right-click and then speak, and then pause for a second. Let me demonstrate. This is incorrect. Please show the equation you used. Now the comment has been added to his assignment, and I can move it around wherever I need to move it. There are a number of commands that the audio grader looks for. For a list of them, click the Help button. The main ones are check, which will insert a check mark, and X, which inserts the cross mark. If I turn it on, check. As you can see, it put in the mark that I said. I'm going to turn this off so it doesn't start randomly placing checks on the document. If I don't like the comment, I could delete it here by clicking the X, and it will also be removed from the document. However, I kind of like that comment, so I'm going to put it back by clicking my saved comments and having it add back in. I need to move it to the appropriate area. When I'm all done, I can click Mark Graded, and it will go back to the next assignment. In this case, there are no additional submissions, so there's nothing to show here. But if I click the student list, I'll see that Nicholas has now been graded. He's red because he requires resubmission, and he has a 50%. Let's look and see what Nicholas will now see on his dashboard. When Nicholas goes to his assignment view, he'll see that the pre-algebra worksheet is in red. It says, "You must review and resubmit your assignment," with a resubmit button. It shows the comments that I recorded right below the assignment. When I click on it, I'll get information on the assignment. That my submission that I was required to resubmit had 2 comments, and they're listed, and it also shows the file that I had, which I can click Review to view. In this case, it shows all of my markings and my comments on the file. He'll also see this on his mobile app. When he's ready to resubmit, he can click the Resubmit button, and he'll have a new submission. In this case, he might want to work on the worksheet that he had started on and not start with a fresh one. He can click his File cabinet, which will show all of his saved items, and he can grab his math worksheet and drag it in there. Then, clicking on it will open it in the whiteboard, and he can pick up where he left off by adding the missing word. I hope this video was helpful in showing you how you can hand out, have your students edit, and grade digital documents. If you have any questions, feel free to email support@digitalacademy.org. And also, don't forget to check out our YouTube channel that has additional videos on this process. The YouTube channel is at bit.ly/DA channel. Good luck!